Hey John, how you doing? I've got your work right here, and I just wanted to. Really tough to see, but I'm so glad that you left the PDF. That's awesome. Thank you so much, because we're going to look at that in 1 second. A slight difference between this picture and the PDF is the trail of clipped glitter to the skier's feet, but I don't see the clipped glitter to the skier. I'm not real sure. I'm not seeing that here. So I don't know if this is a different file or something, but I'm seeing the pattern background. And then I'm seeing these little like X patterns. Is that what I'm not real sure exactly what you're talking about when you're talking about that glitter to the skier's feet. So I'm torn between the logos. I modeled the rings after Klimt's tree spirals, and hopefully it's successful. The color palettes from scarves, skirt patterns that I found used color. Okay, so I just wanted to get real quick to get that written reasoning under my belt, because I've been looking at these for a while now, and I think I'm ready to comment. Now, John, I don't think they're working. I don't think your examples are working. I think what you have here basically is, these are definitely the same logo. I mean, basically what you have here, this would be the 2 iterations of the same logo. And I think that's important to mention, because when you graduate and you're in a studio setting, if your art director or, studio head says, give me 3 different iterations of a logo. Well, that's assuming that that's the same logo. So basically you'll be using the same components. So an iteration would be using the same components, which you are here. So I'm seeing these as an iteration of the same logo. Do you see what I mean? If your art director says, give me 3 different logos, that would be 3 completely different concepts. Okay. And that's what we're shooting for here, is 3 completely different concepts. Now, I think that what you're doing here is pretty good. I like the thinking. I'm seeing the mountains, I'm seeing the water, and that's really solid thinking. I want to show you something really quick. Okay. Let me just jump over here. I want to show you a logo. Come on now. Doesn't that just figure? Okay. This is the logo for the airport in Cleveland, and I want to show you this for a reason. Okay, can you read this logo? I think it's a phenomenal logo, because it indicates 2 things: the sky and the motion of the plane taking off, and the green and the indicative of land. Okay, so this simple mark is saying flight, and I just think it's such a fantastic logo. And it's building this thought, this idea, as opposed to a scene, so to speak. Okay, and that's what you're doing here. You're building these ideas. Okay, you have the Olympics, you have this mountains. Okay, so it's reasonable to put this together as the result being Winter Olympics. I think the mark that you're using, the marks are not recognizable. One of the things I want to talk about are the rings. The Olympic Committee wouldn't let you spiral the rings like this. That's something that's really super important. I think only once has the Olympic Committee let anybody do something with the rings, and that was London, and I don't remember what year. But I wonder if I could find it here real quick. Here's one. That was Mexico 68. But I get my point is they don't really where's that London? I wish I could find that. They don't really let you, mess with the rings much. I'm not going to spend much more time looking for that. But anyways, okay, forget that. But anyways, so the Olympic Committee is really not going to let you do this because it's taking a recognizable brand and it's turning it into something that's not quite so recognizable. Similar, yes. Recognizable, probably not. Okay, so I want to just jump over here before I talk about this wonderful little pictogram. I want to jump over here and take a look at some logos for Olympics and just want to see if you can get this general flow of how. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to create your mark. Okay, I think this is a really good mark here because it indicates the Southwest, Salt Lake City. You can see that Southwest art, kind of like that Native American type geometric pattern. And then all these other ones, as Torino 2006 has this kind of geometric, yet with perspective. And then the Beijing 2002 has this kind of dancer guy, and then Rio, the last Olympics, has these interlocking, and it's always just one symbol, okay? And then the location and the Olympic ring. So I would like you to think about that. I like you to think about condensing your symbols a little bit. And maybe working a little bit more towards saying, how can I say sky? And I'm guessing that's what this is. This is indicative, the blue is indicative of the water, and the red jagged is indicative of the sky. So that's good. Can you think of a different way to say that? I'm all ears and I'm all eyes. I'm really looking forward to seeing you kind of develop this just a little bit further. Okay, I hope my comments make sense. If not, let me know. Let's talk about the alpine skier pictogram. I love it. I love it. I think that there's a couple of things here. Like, see these dimensional skis right here? Those would need to be black. This would have to be like a black on white type thing. Now, there can definitely be variations, but I think for the sake of simplicity, I would say leave these black. That way, when you develop your other pictograms, you'll be able to get some consistency. Now, later on, if you want to go in and add that type dimension, that's great. But for right now, I would keep your guys black. It's great showing intent here. That's awesome. Background pattern, I'm not seeing Olympic colors here, so to speak. In terms of winter sports, I'm glad that you're using cool colors as opposed to warmer colors like reds and oranges. So it is indicative of a cool atmosphere, definitely. I'm not real sure about the busyness of the background. I'm wondering if that could be simplified a little bit. Okay. All right. That's what I got, John. Oh, by the way, the guy here, the little symbol of the guy is pretty awesome. Hey, where did those Lederhosen guys go with the men's and women's room? I hope you used that in your, I was loving that. Anyways, okay. So, all right. If you have any questions, comments or concerns or anything whatsoever, that I can clarify, just feel free to email me and I'll address that. Okay. Good job. John, thank you very much.